So when you're making your budget and trying to figure out what your expenses are and what your income is and compare the two, try to keep your level of anxiety low, because you do not want to get stressed out over every little thing that's going on. Just say, oh wow, my expenses are really high. What am I going to do to get that down? Try to keep it in the moment. It is what it is, but you can change it. You have the ability to change it. You have the ability to cut your expenses, and if you really want to get extreme about it, you can cut everything out. Cut cable, cut all eating out, like all these breakfast sandwiches or whatever it is you do, restaurants, lunches, coffee out, nothing out. Absolutely nothing out. You're going to have to train yourself, though, because it's very difficult in the beginning to drive by something that you've been going to for the last X amount of years or months or whatever it is. You've gotten yourself in that habit. It's becoming a norm. Like, I know some people that say, oh no, I have to have my X, this brand of coffee every morning. And I'm like, why? Because they made it a standard in their life. That is their norm. Instead of having coffee at home, and that's my norm, having coffee at home, they have to go to the store every morning and get that coffee. So number one, they have to get up earlier. They have to, because really, all you have to do is come out in the kitchen and press a button and turn the coffee maker on in the morning. If you got all the water in it, you have the coffee in it, you just hit the button. So you go start getting ready, get your breakfast ready, get a shower, whatever you're doing, and then come out, get your coffee, or get your coffee, wait for it, make your breakfast, get your coffee there. You're already done. Just make sure you turn the coffee maker off. Or I always unplug it. So I'm like, yeah, it's unplugged. I remember unplugging it, just because that's what I do. But, eliminate all these things. If you want to be extreme about it, eliminate everything. Restaurants, cut your cable. You have YouTube. Don't cut your internet, but cut your cable off. There's so many things. Cut your gym membership. Just say, hey, I'm done with this. I'm going to walk outside. Do whatever you have to do to get to the next level. Do a physical fast out of your food in your kitchen. Look in your pantry. Say, I have rice, I have beans, I have ground beef in the freezer. Get these things together. Make some chili. But eat everything out of the pantry, everything out of the freezer, everything out of the refrigerator, so you're not going to the store. That might be a good option, because I know a lot of people have a full freezer. A lot of people have a full pantry, and they have things in there that they say, oh, I'll eat that sometime, and then it ends up, outdating or whatever. Get in there. It's money that you already spent. You don't have to spend more money going out because you have food there.
Estimated time in traffic, 7 minutes.
That out of this food that you have, in your freezer, your refrigerator, your pantry, you'll really find that you'll save a lot of money if you start eating out of those three things: refrigerator, freezer, pantry. Before you, if you run out of milk and you say, oh, I don't have milk for my coffee, I don't have coffee creamer, too bad. That's an extreme. Okay, that's somebody they're really, really dedicated to getting out of debt, that they don't care that they don't have coffee creamer. They don't care that they're eating beans and rice for dinner. They don't care. It's just nutrition. They don't care. It's so important that they get out of debt. They'll do anything in their power to get out of debt, like cutting cable, cutting gym memberships, not going out to eat, no entertainment, no movies, no sporting events, no concerts, no night out with friends. All of it all gets cut. And if your friends say to you, what do you mean you're not coming out? We always go out. Well, you can go out. I'm sorry. I've got something I'm working on and I can't go out. That person's probably not going to understand what you're doing, doesn't want to hear about it because they're not willing to do it. And you can't tell people that you're doing it, because once you tell people you're doing it, they don't feel like doing it, have the willpower to do it or want to do it, but they're in the same situation as you, as in their own world, they're gonna probably cut you down. And so I would just say, look, I can't go this week, next week I can't go, I've something, say anything, I can't go, I've got a project going on, whatever. And I'm not saying to lie to them, but they're not going to understand it. And you might even find that you're going to have a new friend set when you get to another level, because you're not going to be able to relate to the way these people are spending money anymore. If you're friends, usually people that hang out together have the same habits. They all go to wine tastings. They all go to the bar on Friday night. They all go out to eat once a month together. They all go to sporting events together. Like they have like things that they do. So you might even find that your friend set's going to change after you implement all these changes in your life, especially if you do an extreme where you're cutting everything out. Now, you're not doing that forever. You're doing that until you're getting back on your feet. You see a positive cash flow, like maybe you'll do it until you see your expenses are lower than your income, or until you've saved $10,000, in your savings account, because you want to have that emergency fund, so it's not a forever thing. Maybe it is a forever thing. I do know one person that does that all the time, because she's so frugal. Like, that's all. She doesn't care that she's eating beans and rice and these very low cost meals. That's the way she lives, and she's a multimillionaire. And I'm not talking about myself, I'm talking about someone else. So, you can do anything you are capable of doing. Get out and do it. Make the changes for yourself. It's for your future self. It's not, I'm depriving myself. No, you're not. None of us are deprived in this country. We all have, there are deprived people. Okay, let me take that back. I'm not deprived, so it's all mindset. You've got to get out there. You've got to change whatever you're doing that got you into this hole, and you've got to eliminate those things. And it might hurt for a while, but you know what? If it hurts, it's going to help you sustain lasting change, lasting lifestyle changes for the better down the road. Lifestyle habits, spending habits, things like that. So get out there, make a difference, do good things for yourself, and like and subscribe, add some comments if you would like, some emojis, whatever you want to do. And I always look at the comments. I like looking at the comments. Some of them I go, what? But I always like to hear other people's thoughts on things. So go out, get out there, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.